Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to prepare for and pass a systems administrator interview. So if you have a systems administrator interview coming up, regardless of the organisation it is for, please do watch this tutorial from beginning to end because I'm going to give you a number of interview questions to prepare for and top scoring answers. Now before I do that, a very warm welcome to this systems administrator interview training tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn, that's me there in the centre, and I've been helping people for about 20 years now to pass their interviews, and I always do that by creating you top scoring answers you cannot find anywhere else. On that basis, please do subscribe to the channel by clicking the red button below the video, and then you will not miss out on any of the weekly training videos I am uploading. I would also very much appreciate your support if you gave the video a like. Thank you very much. That always tells me that you are enjoying the content, and therefore I will create more for you. Okay, let's get into the tutorial. I'm going to cover a number of systems administrator interview questions and answers. Please do take notes as I progress. If you want to pause the video at any point to write down any notes, please feel free to do so. The first interview question I want you to prepare for is, tell me about yourself and why you want to be a systems administrator. So this is likely to be the first interview question that will come up. And with the answer that you give, we need to make sure you focus on three things: the skills that you have, the experience that you have acquired over the years, and then also what you can bring to their organisation as a systems administrator. And in the answer that follows, I'm going to cover those three things: the skills you have, the experience, and what you can bring to their organisation. Here is my answer to the interview question. Tell me about yourself and why you want to be a systems administrator. I am a competent, flexible and adaptable systems administrator who can be relied upon to complete tasks diligently, in line with your company procedures, and also in a timely manner to ensure the organisation can operate smoothly. Over the years, I have held a number of systems administrator positions that have helped develop my skills from both a technical and non-technical perspective. I feel I can bring a wealth of experience to your team, and the problem-solving capabilities and interpersonal skills I possess make me, I feel, the perfect candidate for this position. So that is a brilliant answer to that question. It puts you across as somebody who is professional, methodical, you demonstrate the skills you have, the experience you have gained, and more importantly, at the end, what you can bring to their organisation. Next interview question: what are the top 5 skills needed to be a systems administrator? Now, of course, you and I know to be a competent and professional systems administrator, you need a large number of skills. Systems administrators are, in my opinion, highly intelligent people. So this interview question is assessing your understanding and your knowledge of the job person specification. So we need to read that before we go along to the interview. Here is my suggested answer to this interview question. To be a competent and effective systems administrator, you need numerous skills and qualities. However, my top 5 would be in-depth technical knowledge of computer systems, an analytical approach to problem solving, having the ability to organise and prioritise tasks accordingly, great attention to detail skills, and also a level of commercial awareness that ensures the work you carry out is in line with your employer's objectives. In addition to that list of 5 important skills and qualities, you also need to communicate effectively and be able to describe technical details and information in a user-friendly manner to people who perhaps understandably do not have any working knowledge of IT and computer systems. And you will notice with that answer I have given my top 5, and then I have added on a couple at the end that I think are really important. So the next interview question that we need to prepare for: why do you want to work for our company as a systems administrator? I can pretty much guarantee this interview question will come up, and you therefore need to prepare an answer for it. So with your response, demonstrate that you have thought carefully about why you've chosen their company And my advice is to be complimentary where possible in your answer. Here is my suggested answer to the question, why do you want to work for our company as a systems administrator? I considered carefully before applying for this position with your company because I am at the stage in my career where I want to stay with one organisation for a lengthy period of time. During my research, it quickly became obvious that you are a forward-thinking, ethical company who wants to continually grow and develop. I actually read your mission statement and your company vision, and you clearly care about your customers and your clients. And on that basis, I feel your company will be somewhere I will really enjoy working, and I'll be able to put my skills to good use in a positive team environment that is continually growing and developing. That shows to me that you've thought carefully about why you want to join their company, and also I like the fact that you are mentioning you've read their mission statement and the company vision. So my advice before you go along to your systems administrator interview is to go on the website of the company you are being interviewed to join and have a look at their About Us section to see whether they do have a company statement that you can refer to in your answer. The next interview question for systems administrator interviews is, how would you resolve conflict with another team member? Now, this interview question is assessing your professionalism and your maturity levels. And the organisation and the team's objectives must always come first. And you will notice in the answer that is coming right now, I mention that I focus on the team's objectives and put any conflict aside or resolve it quickly. Here is my suggested answer. I would hope to never encounter this kind of issue because I am a firm believer that the needs of my employer must always come first. However, if I did encounter this type of scenario, I would be mature and professional about it and look to take positive action to resolve it as soon as possible. This would involve speaking to my colleague in a private manner to ask if we could work together to overcome any issues that were present. This would be through open and honest communication, perhaps a bit of compromise on both parts, and an agreement that we would both put any differences aside for the benefit of the team and the organisation. That shows to me that you are a level-headed person, you are also mature, and above all, you are professional in your approach to dealing with conflict. Next interview question for systems administrators. What is your biggest weakness? Again, pretty much guaranteed to come up. Now, we need to be very careful when answering this interview question because we don't want to give a weakness that will hinder us from doing the job of a systems administrator properly. So before I give you a sample answer, let's take a look at some of the skills and qualities needed to be a systems administrator because we don't want to mention any of these as our biggest weakness. Problem-solving capabilities, being patient and calm under pressure. So you can't say one of my weaknesses is that I don't like working under pressure or I am impatient because you need those skills to be a systems administrator. You have to be organised and have great attention to detail skills. Good level of technical knowledge, able to follow rules and procedures and computer systems. You have to have an enthusiastic approach to all tasks. You have to communicate properly and have good, strong interpersonal skills, and also be trustworthy, loyal, and be able to maintain confidence at all times. So we don't want to give any of those as a weakness. So what weakness do we give? Here is an example of one that you could give for the interview question, what's your biggest weakness? I sometimes find it hard to strike a healthy work-life balance. I very much enjoy my work and I'm usually logging on at weekends to work on projects. Now, although I will always be passionate and enthusiastic about my work, I am learning to strike a more healthier work-life balance, as this then means I am fully energised and focused when I am in the office working with the team. So that is good. Another example of a weakness might be you could say that you don't like to ask for help at any point and you always try and do things yourself when in fact you should really seek help if you are ever unsure. So that's another good example of a weakness. So there's two there that you could use that will do you no harm when you're applying to become a systems administrator. The next interview question that we want to prepare for is, describe a scenario when you played a significant role in completing a challenging project. When you are preparing your answer for this question, my advice is to use what is called the STAR method or the STAR technique for answering behavioural type interview questions. When the interviewer says to you, describe a scenario explain a situation, tell me about a time when you XYZ, then you should respond to it using the STAR method. So you start off and you tell the interviewer the situation you were in. You then move on and explain the task that needed to be done. You then go into detail and explain the action that you took to achieve the task. And then you finish off and tell the interviewer the results following your actions. And you can actually start each area of your answer by, yes, I've been in that situation before. This is what I did. The task that I needed to do was, the action I took was, and the results were. So let me give you a sample answer using the STAR technique to the interview question. Describe a scenario when you played a significant role in completing a challenging project. I was part of a systems administrator team in a previous role, and we encountered a complex IT issue which effectively slowed down the entire company network. Time was of the essence, and we needed to work together quickly to get to the bottom of the problem to reduce any losses to the business. Each team member was allocated tasks to try and locate the cause of the issue. We all worked through our tasks systematically and diligently until we found the cause of the problem, which was attributed to a computer hardware malfunction. Once the problem was located, we rectified it quickly, got everything back up and running normally before putting systems in place to prevent the same issue from occurring again. So you will notice that STAR technique is brilliant for structuring answers because it shows that you work through things methodically and you are giving the interviewer everything that he or she needs in their answer. Next systems administrator interview question I want you to prepare for is, how would you work with difficult or demanding people? And as you and I know, as a systems administrator, you will more often than not work with difficult or demanding people. Now, this interview question is designed to assess your emotional maturity and your stability and also your ability to provide excellent service. And that's whether you are dealing with internal members of staff from other departments or external customers or clients. Here is a brilliant answer to this question. To be truthful, I feel this is all part of the role of a systems administrator. We live in a world that is hectic, people are under pressure, and therefore you will encounter demanding people. And the bottom line is, without demanding people, I probably wouldn't have a job. Therefore, I would deal with them professionally, build up a strong professional relationship whilst always acting as a positive role model for your organisation. I would always communicate with absolute clarity and make sure I do what I say I'm going to do. And then that way everybody's clear on any agreed tasks or projects, and that also serves to reduce any stress people are placed under. So that's a great answer to that question. Now, if you'd like more IT related interview questions and answers, click the link in the top right hand corner of the video or go to my website passmyinterview.com. As I said, if you want to watch that again, I recommend you do and take notes as you go along. I love creating these videos for you, but I would appreciate your support if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. And don't forget to hit the like button because that tells me you enjoy the content and I will then create more for you. Thank you for watching and I wish you all the best for becoming a systems administrator and, more importantly, passing your interview. Have a brilliant day. Thank you very much.